Thank you, friend, Shabbat Shalom, and greetings to you all. Now, even though it was last year, and every year new animal reigns, a lot of people are talking about the miraculous return of the GOAT, Tiger Woods. He's playing professional golf again at a level most people only dream of. It's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night, and he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger. Well, whether he wins or not, he's a lesson to us all. We do not have to let adversity keep us down. We can all rise like the phoenix, and it is love and support that feeds us like it feeds him and gives us strength and drive and desire and fortitude and ability. And that's the love that surrounds us, like the cloud that we're reading about. Speaking of love, how was your Valentine's Day? The non-Jewish festival of love, a day dedicated to love everywhere, amongst everyone. Love is reaching love. Love is asking to be loved. Love is you and me. Love is knowing we can be. I think every day should be the day to honor love. It's when people come together to celebrate love on the same day, just as we come together as a part of a great brotherhood of man, seeking to worship as a collective consciousness of seekers, all showing faith, any and all faith, love, any and all love. It's a true chavura, it's a fellowship. As we express our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes, it unites us all. This community house of spirit, Beth Roch, sharing, bringing light, keeping fear at bay. Even though together we're individual in our approach, each connecting in his or her or their own way. So once again, please do go ahead, invite everybody you know, physically, digitally, psychically, emotionally, spiritually, any way to gather and share. From Psalm 133, the Hine Matov, come together. Hine Matov, Shevet Achim Gam Yad. Hine Matov, Shevet Achim Gam Yad. How good, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. 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 Together. You know, we support each other in this community, my friends. Let's all spread a little love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world. Remember, it is your setting aside just a little bit of sacred time in your own sacred space. It's to honor and converse with whoever, whatever you happen to believe in, because we all believe in something. It's a part of your kavanah, your intention that you put out to the universe. It is your goodwill. Goodwill and intention are the roots of what you can control, of what you can correct. It is your intention that sets in motion everything that occurs in your lives. Let's take some time now. Let's use that intention. Let's send some of that goodwill, some light, some healing out to whoever you know that needs it. Healing and renewal for everybody. It just floats through space, finding those in need, so send it out. For those you know, for the souls and spirits of everyone you love, think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love, or just plain goodwill. Focus on them, call their names. It's not just for people. It's for our pets, it's for the earth. It is the healing of the world, the tikkun olam, healing of the world. That's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. We have to help heal the world. Each of us does what we can to improve and change our own little corner of the universe, because as we change ourselves, we change our conditions of life, and that affects everybody. Now, part of the healing of the world is when we send these thoughts and energy for health and renewal and goodwill for everybody. They don't have to be sick. It's for those in our hearts, those in our minds. It's those we want to elevate. Let's all send energy for the people in need everywhere. Special thoughts and prayers for those in special medical conditions. And let's not forget that growing number of homeless people, as David pointed out to us, enduring the inclement weather, alone physically, spiritually, without their shelter from the storm. We need to provide shelter for all who need it, physically, emotionally, spiritually. We pray for those who need prayer. We don't have to know them. We want health, recovery, goodwill, life for everybody around us. For Robin, Tommy, for Cheryl and Jamie, for Walter, Pinky, Cardinal, for Dory and Gloria, for Ronald, John and Fern, for the Snooposaurus, for Agent Kay and Terry, for Tony and Tally, for Danny and Nina, for all those suffering and in need. Let's not forget to include the familiars of our lives, the animal friends, sacred to us, everywhere, for everybody you know in need, for the whole world, and for the missing bee. Friends, it is the kindness, the healing wishes, goodwill, and love we all send out. It just circles the world finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care, because the world is a world of spirit, and spirit, my friends, never dies. Me, Shabbat. Avotenu, Makor HaBracha, Limotenu, may the source of strength bless the one who's made for us. Help us find the courage, make our lives a blessing, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Mishhpatim, let us all have our spirits renewed, because this is the great prayer for healing. Because we call upon God to heal us as He healed before. Mishhpatim, may He who blessed. Because all healing's a blessing. So let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. And always allow new ideas to develop and grow within you. Now, for this great book of names that we're reading, Exodus, which is really the story of freedom and of treatment, which I will go into shortly. As I've said, we've already had our introduction, climax, denouement. Now remember, the laws that count are the 10 that we read last week. No other gods, no images, no broken oaths. Remember to stop each week. Honor mother and father, the male and the female. No murder, no adultery, no stealing, no false witness, no coveting. Live by these, and the rest are window dressing. The first 3 are about how you deal with the universe. The next 2 are about how you deal with the roots of yourself. And the last few are how to deal with humanity. This is a complex section in its own way, which covers a lot of set laws, and it gives an introduction to the archaic lex talionis, the law of retribution, which we are all so familiar with. Took an untrodden path once, where the swift don't win the race. Goes to the worthy, who can divide the word of truth. Took a stranger to teach me to look into justice's beautiful face. See an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. Well, you know what? That was a law before there were laws. We've moved past that. Although we will be revisiting it later, and people still act that way. So just what's really left after the 10 Commandments, the Great Epiphany? Well, this book immediately goes into the laws that make and define society. To many, it's a series of boring laws. As we read mishhpatim, judgements, or laws. Exodus 21:1. And these are the judgments that you shall set before them. So what's the first law that's dealt with after having just received the 10 great laws of life? It's the law concerning slaves. Really? A newly freed people, freed from slavery, gets laws on how to treat their slaves. I know, it seems strange. And you can't make this stuff up. And much of the rest of Exodus involves law and construction and segregation and division. The reminders of creation, what we're talking about. Remember, this is not a chronological history. Much of what you read makes no sense as real history, but it does make sense as nation-building development. All of these laws that we're reading about need to be put in place for a nation to grow and develop and survive. Now again, this is probably a section put where it doesn't belong, probably written much later as it becomes a series of laws, rules, and judgments governing people that now have laws, rules, and judgments. Now some are very interesting, some are not. Some are social, some are political. Some begin to encompass religion. But three stand out. Justice for all. The concept of a sabbatical year. And a reminder of the 3 annual festivals. All of which can be found in this reading, and they're all fairly short. But here is the real important rule to keep in mind. The rest is not so important. Who cares if you practice magic? No. Exodus 22:20 reminds us, you shall not persecute an alien. You shall not oppress him, because you were aliens in the land of Egypt. You shall not degrade any widow or orphan. If you will degrade them, when they cry out to me, I'll hear their cry. My anger will flare. I'll kill you with a sword, and your wives will be widows, and your children orphans. There is to be no persecution of aliens, widows, children, the poorest, most downtrodden members of society, but with the same worth as you and I. Equal justice for all. All people are to be respected. All people are to have equal treatment, equal justice, equal rights. Do not denigrate anyone. You treat people with dignity and decency. Even if you take your neighbor's clothing as security, you shall give it back to him by sunset, because it is his only apparel, it is his clothing for his skin. What will he sleep? And it will be when he will cry out to me that I shall listen, because I am gracious. We treat people with dignity. And just as there were 2 plagues warning about mob rule, there's a reminder of 2 very important ethical and moral issues. You shall not be following many to do bad, and you shall not take a bribe, because bribery will blind those who can see and will undermine the words of the virtuous. Real important rules. These are go beyond just simple law. See, God sees all. God listens to all. To the cries of the poorest, the same as the cries of the richest. The cries of the downtrodden equal to the cries of the holy. The true rules of society are for everybody, and they are about dignity and how we have to treat everybody with dignity. I'm looking east, looking west, see people cursed, see people blessed, asking everybody like a man possessed, have you seen dignity? I went down where the vultures feed, I would have gone deeper, but there wasn't any need. I heard the tongues of angels and the tongues of men. Wasn't any difference to me. Looking at a glass that's half filled, looking at a dream that's just been killed, asking everybody that's strong-willed, have you seen dignity? Dignity, it's for everybody. And in concluding this section, we're just given a simple schedule of holy days. Exodus 23:14. You shall celebrate 3 pilgrimages for me in the year. That's it. You shall observe the festival of unleavened bread, the festival of harvest, the first fruits of what you do, of what you will sow in the field, and the festival of gathering, the end of the year, when you gather what you have done from the field. The 3 gathering festivals. It's really quite simple. Passover, Sukkot, Shavuot. Yes, my friends, the world is sacred. So is everything in it. Express your gratitude. Light a candle, make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light, and all who live in the light continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone. An end to terror and hatred. Remember, friends, we're a community. We learn together, we celebrate each other, we love each other. Send out peace. because we share this ride together, men and women equally. So send out love, send out harmony, send out goodwill and healing to everybody who needs it. Learn to forgive and learn to love, including yourselves. Open your hearts and honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have and enjoy the journey. We take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our efforts to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. Now bless you all. Have a fantastic week. A week of love and light, a week of peace, a week of miracles. Examine your intentions. Use them to imprint your will on the universe, because we set in motion everything that happens. It is our intention, our Kavanaugh, our cause, our effect. Everything's linked. You always have time to forgive and be forgiven. You have the knowledge of what's good and bad, so acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, to any person you've wronged. Ask forgiveness. But do so with sincerity, accountability, vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you. As you learn to be forgiving and compassionate, because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world just as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? Because if you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey. Do not stop moving towards your promised land. It is your home. Keep on dreaming, keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear, follow love. It's always in front of you. Remember to have faith. It is an unwavering adherence to principle. Just as I have faith in the principle of love and of all of you. Act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none. Cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in the air. May you nurture kindness and love everywhere you go. Work to be present in your body. Expand your heart. Quiet your mind. Because the deepest source of your real power, it lies in your consciousness and your ability to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all circumstances. Make the most of your time in life. Continue to touch and transform the lives around you, because you're never alone. You are forever blessed, and you have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, and renewal to everyone you come across. Raw energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Your words are your power to transform, to love, to bless. So be generous. Bless others and bless yourself. Love at the heart, because we're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear. Forgiveness, not anger. And be there for someone, because someone's always there for you, whether you know it or not. And continue to explore faith and belief and what they mean to you and you alone. And never accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel others have felt, whatever you've experienced, I got news for you. Others have too. We share together. We learn together. We help each other, because we are, each of us, simply trying to find love and acceptance and support in life. We all have or could have a special someone in our lives, so find them. Tell them what they mean. Keep forgiving those you need to forgive. Keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. And remember, anything and everything you can want is provided by God in the right way at the right time. He's listening to everything you have to say. While we're given a series of laws, remember the greatest law of all is actually the law of love. From this moment on, I know exactly where my life will go. Seems that all I was doing was waiting for love. No need to be afraid. No need to be afraid. It's real. It's real. Yes, it's real. It's real. Real love is around you, my friends. Fight for love. Share it. Now, thank you for joining me. Have a great week. Please keep exercising forgiveness. Be thankful, be gracious, be kind, be loving. Believe in yourself and in love. Continue to spread a little goodwill to the world. And never forget, you are the miracle in someone else's life. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. Take care.